Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The youths of this generation, especially from the southeast, are not ready to let go of all the promises that the federal government had given to the Ndibos long before now. And right now, they've sent a very strong message to the president to do exactly as they have written before 2022 will show up, and that is sequel to some agreement that was had after the Civil War. And we just want to look at that and then go into further analysis, looking at what the response of Nigerians are, because right now, from all indication, the Ndibos do not want to leave any stone unturned, especially in ensuring that the Igbo region once again become what it should be. All right, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, I'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. According to the news, a coalition comprising of Igbo youths from the southeastern part of the country have today sent a strong message to President Buhari with regards to the implementation of a purported agreement by the federal government under former Nigerian head of state Yakubu Gowon. In the agreement, the federal government had promised to reconstruct, reconcile, and rehabilitate the Igbos following the end of the Nigerian Civil War in 1970. In a collection of strong written words, the youth wing of the Ohanes Ndibo, the number one socio-cultural group in the southeast, saddled with the responsibility of making important decisions on behalf of the youths in the region, sent a message to President Buhari and the federal government urging that the administration put into consideration and recommendation the 3 R's, which is reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reconciliation program that was initiated by Gowon government at the end of the 3-year civil war that had ravaged the southeastern part of the country. They urged the president to do this before the year 2022. The statement was made by the national leader of the youth wing of Ohanes, identified as Iboayaka or Iboayaka. In the statement, the OYC leader further warned that a failure by the Buhari-led federal government to quickly address the issue may lead the Igbo youths to join the already heightening agitation for self-determination currently brewing in other parts of the country. He further revealed that the recent self-determination calls, especially in the southeast, may be due to the federal government inaction in implementing the program initiated by the Gowon administration after the war. He also attributed the recent spike in Biafra activities in the southeast to the failure of the government to implement the policy. Continuing, Iboyaka compared the situation in the southeast to what is currently happening in the northern part of the country. He reaffirmed that if the government failed to keep their earlier pledge to rebuild North after its devastation by terrorist bandits and insurgents, soon children born in that time would become adults and begin to throw different questions to the state, with their feelings of deprivation being similar to what is currently being faced by members of the now proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. Boyaka further recounted the recent EndSARS protests and activism as a testament to the fact that the nation has been seriously engaged in a battle to keep itself together since the end of the Civil War in 1970, over 51 years ago, showing that the nation has not made significant progress in solving the underlying issues that birthed the bloody war. He recounted that the nation's original aim for fighting the war against the then secession-seeking eastern region was to keep the country united as one, just like Buhari has recently boasted about. However, the perceived domination by people from a section of the country over the others may have truncated that aim, as secessionist activities have grown to a high level since the Civil War. The Igbo youth leader ended by reiterating that the agreement for the general unity of the country by patriotic Nigerians who has the intention of the country at heart would only be successful if virtues like fairness, justice, peace, reassurance of equality are reintroduced into the system, first with the reintroduction of the 3 R's promised by the federal government of Nigeria to the southeastern region after the aftermath of the war. The Igbo youth had indeed sent a strong message to President Buhari over the perceived failure of Nigeria to conform to the idea of the Gowon administration aimed at reconstructing major parts of the southeast after the devastation effect of the war in the region, the reconciliation of all aggrieved parties, and the resolution of all problems that led to the war in the first place, and finally the gradual rehabilitation and reintegration of most southeasterners back into the nation as brothers. This is really great, and I think that the government should do something about it, because if you look at the content of it, you will see that it points to the fact that the agitation presently brewing in the southeast is traceable to the abandonment of that agreement. But first of all, let's look at what Nigerians have to say. This one say, please God, give us Biafra. Another one say, you Igbo, you don't know what you want at this point. Nnamdi Kanu is demanding for freedom, since you'd supposed to know the Nigeria we are is not an Yoruba join hard to fight for Biafra. I don't really understand what that person is saying, but let's go straight to another one. This one say, go straight to the point that you need Biafran Republic because you know that Buhari and his government will never meet your demand, even if he is capable with more than enough funds for it. Take a look at how President Buhari approved the construction of standard rail gauge to Niger Republic, but a mini rail gauge to southeast and southern state is still being delayed. Another person says, just messages. Others are in the astronauts of a higher hemisphere, and you are left and gone to the mud. Another one here says, who will implement it? Let's talk another thing, because if Buhari get opportunity to kill all the Igbos, he will do. This is serious. No, this is not a good statement. This one says, what are the youths talking about this time around, after when many of their grandfathers and fathers has collected the sum of £20 each for the rehabilitation? Let them just seek for Biafra Nation issue to know whether God has answered their request. Other people have written, but right now, looking at what this person is saying, you can now see that day after day we are getting to know why the agitation is coming stronger and harder every day. Why people are not ready to give up, just because there have been failures here and there, things that have been promised has not been carried out. And I feel that this should be really looked into. The issue of these 3 R's should really